Hey, what's going on, fam? Good evening to all of you. Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday, 7 p.m. where we are. Don't know where you are, but wherever you are, we'll hope you're having an amazing day. What's going on, guys? My name is Jamel.
Hey, everyone. I'm Lakeisha, and welcome to Progressively Becoming.
We are live, and we are well, and we is tired. What's going on? How are you?
There's a vacancy.
Sing the song.
Sleep don't live here anymore.
Sing the song. Sing the song. Sing the song, anime. Sing the song, anime.
Thank you guys for joining us for another
yo.
conversation.
Absolutely.
As always, as you're getting on, make sure you like, comment, and share. And let someone know PB is on now. We are in the building, y'all. And every Tuesday, right here, 7 p.m. sharp.
Fam, today is Tuesday, so I want to welcome all of our, those of you that will be listening to the podcast later. Today's Tuesday. It's the last Tuesday of the month.
Yes.
Do you know what that means? It means that this Tuesday, this topic of conversation is all geared around relevant topics. Do us a favor, like, comment, share. I want you to tag a friend, tag a family member right now, and invite them to the conversation. Tonight is going to be an interesting one. As a matter of fact, all month we kind of took a comedic break because we've been going really hard with heavy topics. Mm-hmm. And so this month, if you know, with taboo and, you know, even though some of those taboo topics wasn't, you know, comedic, but we hopefully provide some type of comedic relief. But we just took a not a break, but we took a detour to introduce you to another aspect of progressively becoming.
Yes.
And that is that sometimes you have to laugh and immerse yourself in what's happening with and around society. And Relevant Topics is all about that.
Exactly.
Tag a friend, tag your family member. We're about to have this conversation.
Yes. And if you haven't watched our Taboo episodes, you missed it. But good for you and lucky for you, you can go back and watch it.
Yeah.
So go back and do that. Those conversations are always fun. I love them.
Yeah.
I mean, they be serious conversations, but it adds a bit of lightness to it, and it just makes it very fun and interesting. So
because as we always say, you know, those topics are things we all talk about. we all at once in our lives have talked about it or talk about it or thought about it, or if we're bold enough, those are some topics that we may have done and indulged in, right? And so why not have the conversation? Again, progressively becoming. I want you to focus on that word progressive. What's that? Lord knows. Lewis, we're going there. Oh, this was not by accident. This was not by accident.
Oh, Lord.
If you haven't noticed, can we kick off Relevant Topics?
Go ahead.
This was not in our pre-production meeting.
No.
But ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, the New York Jets have officially signed our boy. Who? Our boy who?
Aaron Rodgers.
Who?
Aaron Rodgers.
If you don't know, now you know.
Now you know. If you don't
Rodgers.
now you know. Hey.
And I am making a prediction now, Lewis. I want you to mark your calendar. It is 7:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, April 25th, 2023. I am making a bold prediction that the New York Jets will go to the Super Bowl.
All right now. You confident.
I'm so confident. Lewis, if they go to the Super Bowl, I owe you a steak dinner.
All right.
Anywhere you want to go.
All right,
it's
Louis.
On me.
He done put it out there for the whole world. Jets. I'm happy for y'all. I am. My dad is having a good time up there with that. Yes.
Listen, Kim and Jesus is high-fiving each other.
Finally.
Listen.
Finally, it's happened for y'all. The Jets is being talked about in a good way.
Okay, so now you're going too far. Family, let's get into the conversation before the haters come out, because I know they lurking.
I ain't hating.
I know the haters are lurking.
I'm happy for the Jets. I'm happy for y'all. All of y'all deserve it.
Thank you.
And yeah, I'll be rooting for y'all. You know that.
It's been a long time, Avarice. But what does the song go? A change has come.
Whoa.
Glory to God. Glory to Jesus. Glory to Jesus.
He did. Yes, he did, Ty. Yes, he did. Avarice, I'm sorry.
Glory to Jesus.
Yes, he did.
A change has come.
Yes, he did. He made the prediction.
Oh no, listen. We're going there.
Look, y'all.
All right.
That's the kickoff for the Relevant Topics.
Kickoff Relevant Topics. The Knicks, the Jets got Aaron. The Knicks looks like they're going to win a playoff series.
Yes. Congratulations to the Knicks.
Like, this guy Bronson is like, one of the best players now in the postseason. Like, the Knicks is actually relevant.
So the New York teams actually have some relevancy going on right now.
Yeah.
Y'all a good conversation to have now, but with good stuff. The Knicks, the Jets. How the Yankees doing? I don't know.
Avarice,
how they doing?
We have to ask him about how the Yanks are doing.
Yeah, so that's good. Look, it was 20-something years that the Knicks hadn't been to a playoff game?
See, good things comes to those that wait. Avarice, what does the scripture say? They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings. Lord, I hear wings.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
I hear wings. All right, come on, let's get into it.
Help him. All right, y'all. So we kicked
Latoya Williams, New York Knicks is progressing. It's about time they progressively become.
They are progressively becoming
They was in
all that they were supposed to be.
They was in a season of what's the opposite of progress? Regress. They was regressing.
They was in stagnation status.
Stagnation.
They was in stagnation status.
Yeah.
They was stuck.
But we'll see. Hopefully for those Knicks fans, Kamisha and Kevin, all of them, they hopefully go somewhere because their hearts will be broken.
Yes, they hearts will be broken.
I don't foresee them getting past the second round, but
you know,
they got to get out the first round first.
Look, I'm trying to make sure my Warriors get out the first round. So,
and I
but
don't
anyway,
think that's going to happen. All right,
anyway,
fam, where we going today?
Biden.
Yes.
Y'all, President Biden, y'all, announces his re-election. He's actually going to run again in the next upcoming election.
Yeah.
For president of the United States.
Yeah, I think he announced it on Monday.
Yeah, he announced it on Monday. So he's setting the stage for a potential rematch against his predecessor, Donald Trump.
Donald J. Trump. In the video, Biden framed next year's contest as a fight against GOP extremism, implicitly arguing he needed more time to fully realize his vow to restore the nation's character. He enters the race with a significant legislative record, but with very low approvals.
And it has been like a lot of questions, persistent questions.
Get the spit out. Swallow the spit.
I ain't got no
Swallow
spit.
the spit.
About his, I was trying to burp quietly, if you must know. It was a burp. It wasn't spit. I was trying to burp quietly so the whole audience didn't hear me burp.
Well, I'm mucus in your mouth.
That's how you do it. But anyway, so it's been persistent questions about his age. And no major Democratic challengers are expected to emerge. And only 2 candidates are in the race, which is author Marianne Williamson and anti-vaccine and environmental lawyer Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Can the Kennedys make a comeback?
The Kennedys?
Can they make a comeback? I don't think so. On the Republican side, the race has so far been dominated by Trump and all of his legal woes, etc. He launched his third bid for the White House back in November. Here's what's amazing. 1/3 of Americans believe that Biden should be re-elected, according to a recent CNN poll.
So his approval rating is at 42% overall, with 57% disapproving of him. That's not funny. His approval ratings for handling immigration is 35% approved. The economy, 37%. Gun policy, 37%. All four significantly below his overall approval rating. Yeah. So let's just talk about what President Biden has done.
Because we're going to talk about what he has
in the last 2 years.
All right.
So COVID-19, he curbed the pandemic.
He spent a boatload of money trying to do so.
And he built the American infrastructure.
Correct.
He initiated the student debt forgiveness.
And listen. I got a letter. I got an email stating that my student loan has been forgiven, but unfortunately, it's being held up in court. So he.
Thanks, Sharon.
So he did. So here it is. He did eliminate some student loan debt, specifically, I think, for some teachers and some persons that was in like, I think certain like public like offices or something. He did eliminate those debt. But what about the rest of us that still has student loan debt that hasn't been forgiven?
Well, it's just in court, tied up right now. But right now, are you guys paying on it?
No.
All right then. Well, it's being held up right now. So just hold on to that.
Yeah, no, we're going to hold on to the bill come called Sally Me and Navient. Where my money?
Look, they can keep it held up for as long as they need to. Hold it up, Jesus.
Listen.
Y'all touch and agree. Hold it up.
I have a question. Those of you that have student loan debt, right? We have been in a like student loan debt like reprieve for what, 2 years now?
Yeah, since COVID.
Oh, over 2 years?
Yeah.
Have you
Thank God.
been saving that monthly payment that you, no really, have you been saving that payment that you paid to Sallie Mae Navient, have you been putting that off to the side?
What Callie said, she said, don't have to pay now, but even if we did, still not pay.
But have you been saving the monthly payment?
No, I have not.
Right? Because so here it is. Think about it. If you would have saved that monthly payment, and we didn't do it, right?
No,
So
we
listen.
didn't do
But if we would have saved that monthly payment for the last 2 years,
Yeah.
when they initiated back those payments, we could have potentially made a lump sum into the interest.
Uh-huh. Lewis said it's being held up in the storehouse.
But I'm just saying, you know,
It's true. We
Again,
should've
but
done that.
you know, but
It's not
just
too
said and
late.
done. It's not,
you
but
can
no, I think we got into like I think it's like September.
September.
Yeah, November.
Well, we're going to hope that it, continues after
Yeah.
that time anyway.
All
All right. Next thing that he has done is lowered health costs, healthcare and drug costs.
Depends on who you talk to.
Oh, look. But this was with the statistics.
I'm just saying.
Climate change. U.S. buy investments in manufacture plants.
He did bring back manufacturing plants to the USA. Absolutely.
And the American Rescue Plan.
What was the American
Y'all know what
Rescue
the American Rescue Plan is? Well, I'm going to tell you. So it provided $40 billion in funds to invest in and create opportunities for America's workers. It provided funding for public safety and crime reduction efforts. It funded affordable housing development across the country. It's provided much needed financial support to small businesses, invested in healthcare centers and mental health treatment, expanded food assistance programs to keep American families out of hunger, and expanded child care assistance and invested in schools and child care programs. So that's pretty good.
Biden has done a lot. Here's the question. Here's the relevant topic that we need to address.
That advice is to go. He trying.
he is trying.
He trying.
Is Biden the right person? Right? Here it is. Biden is currently 80 years old. 80.
I didn't even realize he was that old.
Right?
He look at them.
His birthday is coming up, I believe, in November. So he'll be 81. If he is reelected,
I think he should get
he'll
out.
be 82. And at the end of his term, he'll be what, 86, 87?
Yeah.
So now you're dealing with an 85-year-old president. Are we going to talk about, not saying that it can't be done, but statistically, is Biden, as far as his mental health, and we don't know what that is, right? His overall health, his mental health, can someone of that age, and he could be healthy. I'm not discriminating against people with age. Not at all, please no. But someone leading this country, you know, perhaps should we usher in a wave of younger people that can carry this torch? Is Biden being selfish?
Well,
We got people saying he needs to throw in the towel.
he done.
Yeah. Michelle Obama needs to run.
That's right. Forever our first lady run. Yes.
Sharon, we're going to talk about Kamala. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
I'm not wrong for him. Supreme Court justices, they owe us dishwater too. Right? So so you have his age, his health, and number one, and also if you look at President Biden's term, and we got to move on, overspending has always been a topic. Biden has added $4.8 trillion in an already ravished deficit. $1.9 trillion was to fund what Lakeisha just talked about, the American Rescue Plan. To rescue America, yet he got us $1.9 trillion in additional debt. Right? Inflation levels are the highest it has ever been since 1970. An average family over the course of 1 year, watch this, will lose $7,100 in purchasing power due to inflation. And while Biden talks about, the take-home pay has risen, because of inflation, whatever money you did get
Don't see it.
is now going to eggs and milk and jelly. Right?
Ooh, them egg prices. Lord help us.
So
Lord help us.
He has not done, and this is not him. Every president has suffered with this as it relates to gun control.
Yeah.
Immigration. Since Biden has taken office, 5.5 million illegal border crossings have been there. Where is the wall? I don't have a problem with immigration, but can you come through the front door? That's all I'm saying. Just knock on the door. But 5.5 million illegal border crossings, right? Does Biden have the ability to bring both sides of the table together? And finally, if Biden wins,
Nobody can't do that though. Like all these
but does he
presidents,
have the ability to?
none of them presidents have been able to do that.
But
to his defense, like we've been seeing this debacle in Congress for years, no matter what the president is. The Democrats against the Republicans. It's a farce when you see it though. It really is. Cause it's like, if I'm a Republican and I'm saying something and it's, well-meaning, then all the Republicans stand up and clap, and then the other ones sit down, and then it's vice versa.
The thing is,
like, it's not on
is
him.
he willing though to sit down at the table and compromise? And I don't think Biden has done that. And again, if Biden wins, who will be his running mate? Because Kamala ain't it. Where is Kamala?
Where Kamala at? Come on, Kamala.
Where's Kamala? Has anybody seen Kamala?
Where is Kamala? Calling all Kamala.
No, really. So
Yeah.
we have to ask ourselves: and again, y'all probably already know where I'm not leaning towards, but is Biden the right person for the job?
Shira said she ghosted him.
Your common taxes went up too.
Yeah.
Technically, yes. Giving that money back, it's true. Like Sister Carter said, she home. And this is something to talk about, right? Biden can't even say his vice president. Again, we have to discuss these issues. Kamala has been absent. And I'll say this, and we're moving on to the next topic because we got to go. Some of us got hoodwinked. You've been bamboozled.
Let us straight.
Let it stray.
Run amok.
Run amok. Okay. When Biden where he figured, let me get an African American to appeal to the African American community, and let alone an African American woman. And I think it is a disgrace that he hasn't used the African American woman to push the agenda towards in a more progressive way.
Okay.
You got hoodwinked.
I tell you.
So again, can he?
She said, "Brother Biden catfished us."
Catfished us real bad. So
But I think people was really just wanting Trump out, and whoever the Democratic was gonna be, that's what we was going for, because we wanted Trump behind out. I almost cursed. Yeah, we wanted Trump behind out. Lord, I almost said something else. Jesus. Yeah, but I'm gonna move on from this conversation. But yes, we wanted him out. So somebody go find Kamala.
All right, so where we going? And I gotta grab my charger.
What's her last name?
Kamala Harris.
Oh.
Yeah, somebody Google Kamala and ask
what's her last
where
name?
is Kamala at? All right, so where we at?
Exactly. We just wanted him out. So we was in full force because we could not. I couldn't deal with him for another 8 years. And I know he was only president for 4 years. But for the first 4 years before he ran, we heard all about him for 4 years. Then he was in office for another 4 years. So for the last 10 years, we've been hearing about Trump.
It's been a Trump show.
And I'm tired of it.
Well, hopefully there's a new face
What
to
you
it.
need?
I need my bag because we're live and my charger is about to run down.
Oh, Lord, we can't have Please hold.
Yeah, hold it. All right, so next topic we'll go. So here it is. Can Biden beat Trump? And the 2020 results of the presidential election went like this. In popular vote, Biden got 81,000 and Trump got 74,000. All right. So, and again, I doubt it's going to be another Biden and Trump show. But again, who knows?
Trump going to jail, so he ain't running. He going to Sing Sing, so he ain't gonna be here. He going to jail.
All right, where we at? Next topic.
Yeah. So next thing we're gonna discuss, you guys, is the government abortion pill. So as we all know, Roe versus Wade was overturned in June of 2022 federally, allowing states to choose. But since it's a federal overturning, the FDA is now under scrutiny to stop producing medicine that aids in abortion. And one of the medicines is called mifepristone. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But it looks like it's right. It can end an abortion that is less than 10 weeks. And in an unprecedented move, the U.S. District Judge Matthew Komarski on Friday suspended the FDA long-time approval of key abortion pill, that mifepristone. So though he gave the government a week to appeal his decision, if the ruling does eventually go into effect, it will curtail access to the standard regimen for medication abortion nationwide.
Wow. The FDA approved this abortion medication more than 20 years ago and is used in combination with other drugs and medications. And what it does is it terminates pregnancies that is up to 10 weeks. Over half of the abortions in the United States are done by medication, right? According to the Guttmacher Institute. Here's the question. Is what the FDA just did, right? Or attempting to do by banning this drug. Mm-hmm. Is it affecting people's right to choose? Because I'll say this, after Roe versus Wade was overturned, it was left up to the states to ultimately decide the abortion ban. Mm-hmm. However, with this federal ban on abortion-related medication, in many ways, does it already make the decision for them if there's an issue of a medically related abortion? Mm-hmm. Has this affected people's right to choose?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it does. And then I think my concern is like people, you know, sometimes you go and you do desperate things. Yeah. You know, you may travel to other countries and, you know, where you can have that performed. And, you know, those things may not be safe for you to do it in those other countries. Or, you know, you may find different methods to help you, you know, get rid of that, you know, rid of the pregnancy, which may not be safe for you. I know at some point there was like teas that was out there that you could drink to help, you know, release the pregnancy. And I know a long time ago, they had that hanger method where women was using hangers. Wow. You know, and ultimately, you know, you bled out and, you know, but, you know, you don't want to have to go back to those times when people, for whatever reason, may be so desperate that you may resort to other methods.
Yeah. So recent news, Canada says that if America stops producing this medication, Canada says that they will produce the medication. And Americans would then essentially have to travel across the border to get the medication that they need. The question is, will they be able to bring it back? You know, will it become a banned substance in America? You know what I'm saying? And again, I don't know how this medication interacts. I don't know if you need to be under doctor's orders or, you know, how that process looks. But if you need to be, then it's like, okay, well, you did something that's essentially illegal. Right. You know, like what would be the effects of it? Because in some states they are already talking about arresting people if they get an abortion. You know, so it's it's an interesting discussion to have, because at the end of it, I think it boils down to people's personal beliefs on abortion,
Right.
pro-life, pro-choice.
Right.
But should the U.S. government ban this pill, regardless of what states are doing? Should the U.S. government ban this pill? And I would love to hear your comments on it. Should they ban this abortion pill, or should they say, hey, if we're leaving it up to the states to decide if abortion is legal or illegal, then we're going to leave it up to the states to decide if this pill is legal or illegal as well.
Right. Right.
You know, so what do you think?
I mean, we know this is a touchy topic for, some of you all.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, we're pro-life. We always said that,
Yeah.
but I'm also for choice.
Correct.
You know.
Absolutely.
You
Yeah.
have a choice
Yeah.
to do what you do.
Yeah.
And I'm just more concerned about the risk of it, of not it being available, and maybe people's situation. You never know, and they may just be desperate to have the abortion and take matters into their own hand.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to see someone like maybe lose their life, or have repercussions from something that's not available to them anymore.
Yeah.
And it's just.
Because then again, because most people, and we're moving, but most people think of, since Carter says no, Sharon, I'm pro-life and pro-choice. I completely agree with you on that one. Because most people, I think, when they think of abortions, they just think of unwanted, like, oh my God, I slipped up, got pregnant, I don't want the baby. Right. Where it's like, it's medical, like it's life.
Yeah.
You needed abortions where the baby is just, it's becoming harmful to the mother.
Right.
It's so many abortions out, types of, or should I say reasons why a person may get one.
Right, because like Carmen said, there are cases where abortion is necessary for medical reasons or whatever.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Or I mean, there's a lot of reasons why people do it. You may.
Yeah. And Latoya says they should ban it. They're killing God's creation. And you have people on both sides that share such passion. And it's an issue of respecting both sides, right? And just coming to the realization that, okay, that's your opinion.
Right.
Because you got it. So here it is. I'm a straight confuse y'all, and we're moving. God says, I set before you life and death, but I need you to choose. I want you to choose life.
Right.
But again, I'm giving you a choice.
Right.
Right. And so what do? Right. Where God has given us free choice. But again, it's like, okay, I choose if this is medically necessary and I'm at risk and the baby is harming me and I'm at risk of dying.
Right.
It's like, at what point it's okay, pro-life, pro-choice. Now it's the issue of life. Am I going to die? Or, am I going to have to go on with this abortion? Again, life.
Right.
Tough.
Yeah.
But
I just don't think every situation is just as clear cut as I'm just killing the baby.
Yeah.
And I just think it's just so many different situations and scenarios, and people's situations is different, and we don't know everything about everyone, and maybe the reason why they're doing it. It's like so I'm not the one to judge you.
Yeah.
For doing that.
Absolutely.
I'm not.
Sister Carter, thank you for your transparency just now. Like, thank you for your transparency.
Yeah.
No judgment. I don't think nobody should be judged for that.
Yeah.
And again, who are we to judge?
Yeah.
Let's keep it, hush your mouth, pray, and let Jesus do the work that Jesus needs to do. But sometimes we need to step out of the shoes of trying to be God. Right, and just say, something. I'm gonna pray that you make the right decision. And at the end of the day, that decision is between her and her Lord.
Right.
That's it. And the great thing about God is this issue of forgiveness.
Right.
Right. So who are we to judge God's grace?
Right. And then you have some people, kids that's, young and, got caught up and ain't realize with that, 12, 13-year-old, however young you are, and you find out you're pregnant. Like, and they don't, know what to do. And, it's just, yeah. So I'm pro-life, but I'm also for choice, and
leave it to the states to decide.
And it's like, I'm not one to judge anybody for any decision in that arena that if you make what's best for you. So we're gonna move on.
We're moving on. What we got next?
So on.
Oh God, here we go. Tie your shoes. This topic right here. Go ahead.
So on April 13th,
oh man,
of this year, Ralph Yari, a 16-year-old
African. I'm sorry, Avarice. Funny to hear the politician claim to be pro-life until it's time to get rid of guns. That's a statement right there. Wow. Yeah, because that life affects their bottom line. It affects their pockets. Yeah. It affects their camp. It affects their reputation.
Yep, that's a whole nother conversation.
Avarice. Love it.
We're gonna get.
Yeah.
We gonna get your
I'm sorry.
We're gonna get your name.
April 13th, 2023.
Ralph Yari, a 16-year-old African American teenager, was shot and wounded after ringing the doorbell to the house. He went to the wrong house, and this was in Kansas City, Missouri. So he was there trying to pick up his twin brothers and ended up at the wrong address. And this was according to his family members. And Andrew Daniel Lester, 84-year-old white man, was charged in connection with shooting him. And he was charged on April 17th. And he's charged with armed criminal action and first-degree assault. The Clay County District Attorney stated that there was a racial component to the shooting, and if convicted, he can serve 10 years to life in prison. Remember, this is an 84-year-old man. Yeah. So, if the case isn't like sad enough, the fact that Ralph, he tried to get help at 3 different homes before someone eventually gave him help. And neighbors had found him lying injured in the street and called police. And he told them that he was shot twice. He was shot in the head and in the arm. And one of the neighbors said that he heard someone screaming, "Help, help, help, I've been shot." And his name was James Lynch. And he's a father of 3. So he ran outside, jumped his fence, sprinted across the neighbor's yard and across the street to another neighbor driveway to get to Ralph. And my question is, like, what was the fear? And why wasn't he helped sooner? Yeah. Why did he have to go to 3 different houses for someone to assist him and someone to help him?
Sister Carter, is it a sin to have an abortion? I want to answer that. For time's sake, I can't, because I can't answer that without asking what is sin. Because I think we have a warped misunderstanding of what sin is. Right. So I will personally come back to that question. Because we have to explain what sin is to answer that question effectively. But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So why wasn't, he helped sooner?
Correct. Yeah.
And I believe it was because people probably thought he was a criminal.
They saw a black man bleeding.
Right. And whatever happened to him being shot was probably justified because he was doing something that
drug related, gang related.
And then the bad part of this was that the Andrew Lester, the 84-year-old man, on the day of, he was detained for a few hours, but he was let go.
April 13th. It happened. He was detained April 13th. They didn't charge him until April 17th. And if I remember, I don't think he didn't turning himself in until April, I think it was 18th, either 18th or 19th. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But I know it wasn't the same day. I think it was the following day or 2 days after he turned himself in. Right? Here it is. We can't judge a book by its cover.
Right.
Right? But if you look at this picture, this man can appear to have hatred in his eyes. We can't judge a book by its cover. Right? But his family members are not even defending him. So I think it's something to be said when your family can't even come in defense of you. Right? He shot him through a door. Claimed he grabbed the handle and was trying to come in. Right? So when this case starts, the biggest piece of evidence is going to be that door handle.
Right.
Did it have Ralph's fingerprints on that door handle?
Right. And Ralph has said that he never touched the handle. He rung the doorbell, and the next thing you know, he got shot. And it's just tragic. Yeah. And those individuals that did not help that child when he needed help, shame on you. I'm saying it, shame on you.
Callie, people just don't want to be involved in anything these days, right? It's like, what do you do when you look outside your window and you see somebody that's bleeding? Do you let's not judge them. Let's consider if we was in their shoes. Would you come outside if you look outside your window and you see somebody bleeding, asking for help? Maybe.
But he was able to, the good thing about him is that he was able to talk. And he was saying what happened to him.
Got it.
I went to the Royal House, I rung the doorbell, and the man shot me.
Yeah. Listen.
I can understand if he unconscious, bleeding, but this child was able to talk and tell what was happening to him.
I agree with you.
After being shot, remarkable. Thank God. So, I mean, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. If that happened to you, you saw somebody bleeding outside of in front of your door, asking you for help, would you open the door and help them?
We don't know. Some of it be like, yes. Someone say, no, you don't know what you're doing in that situation.
But in this situation, I'm saying shame on y'all.
No. Listen, Shane.
I'm just saying.
Shane, thank God somebody came to his rescue. James Lynch came to his rescue. He's a father of 3, right? He came to his rescue, and he was able to get the help that he needed. Kamisha, it's true. People shoot now, ask questions later, right? So here it is. It happened on the 13th. He was charged on the 17th. I think he was in jail a day or 2 days later, right? Here's another story. Last week in North Carolina, right, a 24-year-old woman, a 24-year-old African-American male, is in custody after allegedly shooting a 6-year-old girl, her parents, and another neighbor after a basketball rolled into his driveway.
Yes, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And then there was another case where there was a 20-year-old woman. She was killed after her and 3 of her friends accidentally turned into the wrong driveway. It's just crazy how all this happened all around the same time. And they were looking for a friend's house in a rural upstate New York area. And they went into the wrong driveway. And the woman who was identified as Kaylin Gillis was a passenger in the vehicle when a man, 65-year-old Kevin Monahan, allegedly fired 2 shots from his front porch. And he has been charged with 2nd-degree murder in connection with her death. I bet you they didn't wait to arrest him, though.
No, he was arrested the same day, I believe.
Yeah.
I think he was crushed. He was crushed and he was detained, right? And it probably well is because the victim was a Caucasian woman, right? Whereas Ralph could not get it. could not get the same justice. Quick justice, we should say.
Yes. My thing is, why is there always like, I feel like there's delayed justice and like arrest and, you know, getting forward process with this judicial system between African Americans and you know, white people, Caucasians, when the black person, brown person is the victim, is what I'm saying, is when they're the victim.
It's been happening. It happens every single day. There's always this double standard, right? There's always this look away. These guns was, I believe, single round guns. They wasn't AR-15s, right? They legally had them,
right?
But right, and so again, the question is, are we going to talk about gun control when they legally had a handgun? You know, I know, and I'm not sure about the last two cases, but I know the case with Andrew Daniel Lester. You know, guns, is it a gun issue? Is it a person issue? Nancy, demons are real. Listen, at the end of the day, there's a spirit of influence that we have to address. Legislation, all of that, laws, all of that will help, but it will not stop the spirit of influence that is currently at work in this world. It's crazy. We got one more topic, and we have 4 minutes to talk about it, and we're probably not going to get through it, but little hanger. And this topic is of personal. This topic means something to me. We can go ahead.
So, those of you that may or may not know, Bishop Noel Jones, a renowned preacher in the, was it Christendom, I can say, in the world, and in the world. Yes, in the world. And recently, there was an X Factor finalist. Her name is Stacey Francis. Admits that Bishop Noel Jones is the father of her daughter. So that came out earlier this week. So
now what? So I need us to just frame what we're not doing. Right, we're not judging what not at all. There's a reason why we're bringing this up, and again, it's public knowledge, right? There's no, you know, scandal. No, not at all. We're not scandaling. We're not throwing shade. No.
So apparently, the child is 12.
12, correct.
And all this time, it's not been publicly known.
It's not been publicly
that
known.
He has a child.
Correct. Yeah.
And now it's out.
Correct.
And people are just going ham with it.
So because people are using what Stacey Francis said publicly, they are using it to cast a shadow on the church and its preachers. Right.
So that was going to be my question. Is this a bad look on the church again?
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
I mean, me personally, I don't know.
So I know, I don't believe I know that men and women of the cloth, of the clergy, while we are human, I know we should be held to a higher standard.
I agree.
Straight up.
I agree.
At the same time, it's as equally as important to know that men and women of the cloth, the clergy, are human.
Right.
And the same grace that God gave you is the same grace that we should extend towards somebody else, regardless if they stand up in front of hundreds or if they wash the toilets in the bathroom. The same grace applies.
But I mean, I guess for me, it's like, we don't know like the backstory.
We don't know the backstory.
Maybe, you know,
Correct.
it was some type of agreement. You know, maybe he is taking care of the child. You know, that part of it, we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know if this is something that they mutually agreed upon to, you know, keep it a secret.
Yeah.
I mean,
We don't know. But and again, and it's almost as if, why would Stacey Francis do this? Like
Right.
what was the reasoning behind her doing this? Because all it is, it's another excuse for somebody to say, I don't go to church because the people are
right. hypocrites.
hypocrites.
Yeah. Yeah, hypocrites.
That
Yeah.
again, you are giving people another excuse to say that people are hypocrites, when the reality is, baby, you a hypocrite too.
No.
If you walk outside and don't look how you walk up, you're a hypocrite. If you take your makeup off and you look like a completely different person, baby, you're a hypocrite.
Boy, I cannot.
But I'm just saying,
we.
we judge people and we don't look at ourselves. Leave Bishop Jones, Noel Jones alone.
But I mean,
That's my boy, and I'm
Callie
riding.
said it makes sense. They're human at the end of the day, but honestly, it's very hard to accept it. And
Yeah.
you can't explain why. It's true.
I get it. I get it.
The child is 12.
Yeah. But again, because we don't know the backstory, or Callie, are you asking because it was, from what we think, it was out of wedlock?
I mean, it definitely was out of way.
Yeah. So,
Because he just got married.
so is that the issue? And the only thing I'm saying is, sin is sin, wrong is wrong,
Right.
right? But I don't want people to, because here's what I know, we gotta go. People will look at one thing that you did, one mistake that you did, and would judge your entire life by it. People look at the one sin that you committed, and it could be the same sin that you did, but because of who you are, they look at that one sin that everybody else is doing, but because you did it, now it's like, okay, now I'm gonna cancel you.
I think for me though, it's just like you said, like we hold, you know, you all that's, you know, in the cloth, the, you know, clergy, we hold you to a certain standard.
And we should be.
And
Absolutely.
it's just like, if you just running amok like everybody else, then I'm not gonna listen to you.
Listen, I get that.
It's like, I know you human. Yes, everyone makes mistakes. Nobody is perfect.
Yeah.
But I just feel like certain things, you just, you know.
Yeah.
Is it a mistake?
Yeah.
You knew you was
No,
getting
no,
busy
no.
and you ain't running a condom. You ain't
No.
correcting yourself. You could get pregnant.
No.
Is that a mistake?
You don't have sex by mistake.
like,
You don't, oops, we did it. No.
one thing led to another.
It's not a mistake. Okay? Sex is not a mistake. Can we put that in the comment? Right? Against two willing individuals.
Willing and
consenting individuals.
That's what we talking
right?
about.
Willing and consenting.
Right.
Sex is not a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
You knew what you was doing, and you knew the consequences. What I'm saying is, I don't want us to judge this man's life of work and impact to church and people by I was going to say a mistake, by a sin that he committed with all of us. And again, I hear you. He should be held to a higher standard, and he should. But that's between him and his God.
Right.
Right? Because again, people look at what you do, and and again, look at what happened to Bill Cosby.
Let's not talk about
No, I'm saying, look at what happened to Bill Cosby.
Let's not talk about We are not talking about We are not talking about We are not talking
I'm saying, look what happened to Bill Cosby. He allegedly did a few things, and now he is. You can't even mention his name.
We are not talking about Bill. We are not. We are talking about that off camera. We are not talking about that conversation again.
Y'all gonna leave Bill Cosby alone.
Anyway.
But the fact that everybody was taking Quaaludes back in those days.
It's not.
I'm just saying. And now Bill Cosby, they took his name off a temple. They took everything he did down
Bill did
because he potentially did some things that may have been questionable.
I'm not having this conversation.
Nancy, people always judge when they're doing this. They doing the same thing.
Or not even if, like, you doing the same thing, or you may have done it at some point. And it's just that, I mean, I guess like you say, you know, you got to just extend grace to...
Extend grace.
You know.
Kamisha, where's the proof? He was tried and convicted by public opinion. Absolutely.
It's not having this conversation.
I'm just
not having this
saying.
conversation.
We again, we're gonna talk about this on our next relevant topic. Bill Cosby.
No, we are not.
No, we are. We are.
You have two different positions when it comes to him.
Fam, we gotta
watch
go.
The Cosby Show, though.
And I still watch the Cosby Show too. You know, I do. It's Bill Cosby, OJ. You know, but you know, family, it's been real. Thank y'all for joining us.
OJ did that.
I mean, listen, we all know. I'm not going to. We all know what happened, but we know what we can't say when it comes to OJ. Let it long.
Anyway, Lord Jesus.
See, now, okay,
No,
R.
no.
Kelly, no.
No, Lydia, we're not talking about that.
No, R. Kelly, now,
No, Lydia. No.
Anyway. Not R. Kelly. Go ahead. Family, thank y'all for joining us.
Thank y'all for joining us for another conversation of After Hours Relevant Topic. This was great. Love always talking to y'all. We will see y'all Thursday, 6 a.m. We will be looking a little different Thursday, but nonetheless, we will be there 6 a.m. to pray. So make sure that you guys join us for morning devotions. Bring someone, tag someone, but make sure that you are there because we will be there.
Absolutely.
6 a.m. All right, guys. You guys have a good night.
It's been real.
And we love y'all. Take care.
Free Bill. Take care, guys. Kamisha, if the glove don't fit,
Really?
you must quit. Take care.
You must acquit.
You must quit. Bye, guys.